So good to see you, Matt.
This is my wife.
Hi, how are you, Josh?
Linda.
Pleasure.
Hi.
How are you? Come on in, Matt.
Okay.
Have a seat. We have a lot to catch up on.
Okay,
We have a
uh-oh.
lot to talk
We
about.
do?
We do.
I gotta go
the
home.
Penguin, the new script. Come on, man. Congratulations on
Thank you
everything.
so much. Thank you.
We've talked before, obviously, about this show. A lot of big swings in this show. What felt like the biggest swing that you're gratified resonated with viewers?
Gosh, I don't know. I think to be able to do this deep a dive into, one of the things that Lauren, when she came in and she pitched, when we got the show up and running, we sold it to HBO and got Casey and Sarah Aubrey really excited about doing it. We went on the search for what it would be, and I had this idea about this sort of rise to power and what that would be, because obviously it was about how that might lead into a film and how all of this architecture works. And obviously the idea that was exciting was to dig into really, really personal things, because the one thing in a Batman movie that you have no time to do, in what we were trying to do, which are so Batman point of view, Bruce point of view stories, is they don't give you the chance to dig in the same way to the Rogues Gallery. And so that was what was really exciting. And then when Lauren came in and pitched what she wanted to do with his mother, with Dee Dee, and all of that, and then obviously what she wanted to do with Sophia, with Kristen, that was really exciting to see. Okay, that's kind of a big swing, because it's a very disturbing, emotional show, and obviously where it goes, for those people who won't see it, I won't spoil it, hopefully. Anyway, but in any case, I would say just the direction that the show ended up going, it's super exciting that people responded to it, that people were like, yeah, you want to. I think for me what's exciting is the idea of trying to do something that's beloved in a way, like these characters, the DC world, but then try to do them in a way that you haven't seen. And so we tried to do that with the movie. It's what we wanted to do with the show, and I do believe that it's really what we were able to do. And the fact that people responded to that was, it's what you dream of, but you have no idea if that's going to happen. And so it's been very exciting.
Congratulations on the scripts coming in.
Thank you.
Look, I mean, everything that James has been saying, Colin's been saying, everybody is very pleased and excited about what you've delivered. We knew you would. Talk to me a little bit about figuring out your villain for this one. I know you're not going to tell me who it is.
I can't tell you that. Okay, yeah, sure.
No, but like,
it's critical.
how did you find your way into deciding who in that Rogues Gallery you're going to center this one on?
Well, it's funny because I had a lot of ideas, and then Mattson Tomlin, who's my writing partner, we began the process of this by doing another deep dive into the comics, exploring the ideas that I had. He gave me some ideas that he had, and we sat together and we watched a lot of movies, honestly, and not all movies that are from the realm of Gotham, just to explore where this story, because I knew that the way the movie ended, it was leaving us on the precipice, and also the way that events sort of happen within the show, that there is an exploration to be had, and one of the explorations for me was to do something that pushes even further into the character of Bruce Wayne, because the first story is so much about the Batman, and so I always wanted in the movies to make sure that, let's say we get to make 3, and I have no idea, but if we get to make 3, I always wanted the movies to be focused on his character, to never, a lot of the other films, which I love, when you get
overwhelmed by...
Well, once you get past the origin tale, which we didn't quite do, but we did something that referred to his origins, then you start telling the Rogues Gallery story, and that character's sort of arc. And I never wanted to lose Rob at the center of these stories, and so that is really what we set our aim on, and so picking the right villain that digs into what that does, that sort of goes into his past and his life, that was what drove that sort of discussion, and I won't tell you where we ended up, but we're super excited about it. And I will say, it's never really been done in a movie before, so we're excited,
So when we talked a couple of years ago, after Batman came out, I asked you about Robin.
Yeah.
I know you're not going to say it, but you must have explored it at least and really dug in whether that could work in this film.
Well, sure. I mean, you talk about everything. I mean, there's probably not any character that we didn't talk about. What could this be? What could that be? That's part of the beginning of anything, so...
And we know that Colin's in it. Are we going to see Kristen Milioti, of course, in this one?
Kristen's not in this one, but that's because we were so deep into the script by the time we were in the show. So, but we'll see. I mean, I think she's incredible. What she did in the show is just astonishing, and what Lauren did in creating that character, creating this version of the character, is so special. So it would be really exciting to do something with her. But she's not in this one, in full disclosure, just because we were so far along in the story that it was like, oh, gee, it might upset the apple cart, let's say, given where the story goes and what we were exploring. There are some things where it's like, oh, we'd love to do this, but actually that doesn't fit within where the story goes.
Fair enough. You got to follow the story.
Of course, yeah.
When I talked to James a couple months ago and I asked him what directors he wants to make films in the DCU, he actually mentioned you, because you haven't made your DCU film.
True.
Have you guys talked about, you're going to be busy with Batman for a couple of years, but do you have ideas of a DCU character potentially to do down the line?
I mean, we haven't talked about anything like that. We have had conversations about how things would work and all that kind of stuff, just in general.
Yes.
And so, of course, it would be a lot of fun. I mean, what I really want to do is I want to play out these stories that we began and make that sort of arrive at the conclusion that I had hoped that we would arrive at from the beginning. But it's very exciting. First of all, I'm very flattered. I mean, that's really kind of James to say, and it would be really exciting to work with them, of course. I mean, and we're working with them on this. I mean, It's a DC, so like it's Elseworld, but it's DC, so it's theirs as well. So, but it's what the future brings and what I am doing. Will be clear when it comes.
Okay. And last thing for you. I mean, are you still thinking about other, outside of maybe another season of Penguin or not, but other stories, other TV shows to build out your Batman-verse? Obviously, the Gotham City PD was talked about, Arkham was talked about. Are any of those in active development that you hope to get off the ground?
There are things we've talked about, and there are things I would love to do. And obviously, the priority at the moment has been getting the movie into prep. We are now in prep. It's really exciting. We're going to be shooting in April, or end of April, beginning of May. We'll see. We're in prep right now. Everybody's being hired. Slipped the script to Rob. Had a conversation with him about it, which is very exciting. Yeah. So that is really what the priority's been. But from the beginning, I said that there were certain characters and certain things I wanted to do, and so I'm hoping now that that's in, those conversations will begin again in earnest. But obviously the other focus is that we're exploring with Lauren the idea, is there a story for another season? It wasn't the intention, but what came to life in it is such a special thing that if we can find something that we think is truly a story that's better than the first and we're telling, then we know that Colin would be up for that. But short of that, he's not going to be up for it. None of us are going to be up for it. Lauren won't be up for it. We won't be up for it. So the answer is we'd love to do more things, but they have to be things that, first of all, fit within whatever. But I mean, obviously, I'm not in control of all the business plans of DC, but I have things that I would love to do. I'll put it to you that way.
I trust in your judgment, Matt. Congratulations on the show. Excited for Batman Part 2. The conversation continues.
Yes,
thanks, buddy.
Thanks so much.
Appreciate
Good to
you
see
always. Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Thank
sure.
you.